What's up, guys?
You know it.
Good morning.
What's up, guys?
Huh?
Line of thought over
Yes,
So,
here.
sir.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We got Whitaker over here. We got one of them. We got El
Oh yeah,
Chino.
yeah, one of them.
And
Chino
I'm Ray Will. All right.
Ray
So let me go ahead
Will.
and start the timer here. That's right. All right. So check this
Let's
out, guys. So
mhm.
California, along with states like Illinois, Connecticut, and New York have strict gun laws, but despite that, the Golden State reportedly wants to implement more of them. I'll ask you guys, do you support gun control? Whitaker, what you got to
When you
say?
say gun control,
Go
so,
ahead, Smith.
so the first thing
no, no,
about
no,
gun
no. Let
control is, I,
what
I
stuff.
think, I think that a certain amount of gun control is reasonable. I don't have an issue with registering firearms and all that kind of stuff, but you know, holding back magazine counts and trying to ban AR style rifles, that's just never going to happen in the United States. I mean, they may ban them, but people will still get them. It's just a fact of life in Earth.
Agreed,
Agreed.
agreed. Because those ghost guns, they always gonna be around. Like they, it's inevitable. You feel what I'm saying? And then they started to make those 3D printers where you can, where shit actually fucking works. I mean, it's the laws is cool, but good luck with trying to keep count of what everybody has. Like it's impossible. It's
Well,
millions and millions and millions of people in America.
and at the end of the day, the people who are committing, gang murders or most of the stuff that happens, it doesn't. The registration and regulations don't stop any of those kind of people.
Mm-mm.
Gun control is kind of like drug control. End of the day, if they want to get guns, they can get it. It's like drugs.
Yeah.
End of the day, we can
Right.
have drug control on what on heroin, cocaine, meth. They're gonna still get it. That's the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
For
I mean,
sure.
if you're all trying
All
to
right.
monitoring shit, then it's pointless. But it's never going to happen. But the laws is a nice place to try to put the good fight in and try to get some control. But good luck.
All right. Let me give you some
Totally agree.
stats according to these studies, right? Check this out. The United States has 120.5 guns per 100 people, or about 393,000 guns, which is the highest total in per capita number in the world. 22% of Americans own one or more guns. 35% are men and 12% are women out of that. Um, I think those are interesting stats. America got a lot of guns. America love guns. The Constitution is built off of it. So pretty much a group of white guys, rich to made money and made a profit. Their business was slavery. Really into guns and trying to retain their area and trying to keep away invaders or what. And it seems like the mentality is still kind of similar. You know what I'm saying? It just seems that way.
Hmm.
And also, uh, you know, California, places like the country is known for is
Hmm.
the ruthless gangs, thugs, and all that and stuff. And it's like it's a cool trend, you know what I'm saying, to be part of stuff like that. Um, imagery, and then people say, oh, hunting and all that or whatever. People are really into hunting. It's like for some people, find reasons to be into guns. It's like a thing out
Yeah.
here. It's a theme out here. Me personally, I'm not really into guns, but I don't knock those who are into guns. But I would say you got to be
Hmm.
responsible. I just think that people who are responsible, I think upbringing has something to do with that too. You know, what I'm saying you were brought
A
and
lot to
raised
do
to
with it. A lot.
not
Yeah.
harm people and not use guns for violent reasons and all that, or vendetta and all that or
Yeah. And
whatever.
and,
You
and like
mad at somebody because they
and like you
your
said.
mama or your brother, you go
I think end of the day, you're still
back
right. It's up to the person, man. It's not the gun itself doesn't shoot anybody. If you put a gun on the table, that gun ain't gonna shoot nobody. End of the day, it's the person. It's like cars. People go drive DUI
Mhm.
drunk, manslaughter. They get in a car accident. Is it the car's fault or the driver's fault?
It's the
Like you
car's
said, the
fault.
staff.
Nobody told that car to kill that person. You know what I
Exactly. At the end of the day,
mean?
I would say it's a gun too. If you look at Mexico, Mexico has one of the strongest gun control. Zero tolerance. Nobody has
Do
guns.
they
Guess what?
though?
Cartels still
Do
got guns.
they? That's what I'm
Yep.
saying. Do they
On the
like
books, they
it's
So
do.
gun control doesn't
On the
work.
books, they do.
on the books.
Right.
Yeah, on the
Yep.
books. But I agree with Will
Whoa.
on one point when you said it's about upbringing, right? Because like take a look at I don't know if you guys are on Instagram or anything like that, but my girl showed me a video of this young teenage girl who accidentally killed her cousin and then shot herself just by playing with the gun and like thinking it's all for show, like this shit don't kill people. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about upbringing and what you're taught. Like you showing this is for protection and not for play, not for show, not to floss around and like no, it's ridiculous. So on that end, I agree. Like it has to be more uh
Training.
gun safety, gun knowledge as far as in certain communities.
Same like you say, you hit on that. Safety training. One of the
Hmm.
country that has one of the strictest gun training has one of the least shooting. Japan. Japan, to own a gun, there was an article I read. You had to go through every year. You had to go through shooting training, proficiency training. You got gun inspector to actually come to your house to
Yeah,
inspect your guns to make sure
that's
they
pretty
are
fucking neat. If
clean,
you ask me,
you're up to
that's neat.
standard. Japan
Yeah,
has. That's why if you look at the news, Japan don't have shooting. They got stabbings because
because
it's hard to get guns. And
they
also
them
guns.
them motherfuckers is ruthless. That's why they ruthless
People
as
that
shit.
own
They
guns,
don't need a gun to kill you,
they
bro. Like
take
I'm gonna just chop
respect.
your head off, right? Straight
Yeah,
up with the
they don't.
samurai
They
sword. I'm
don't
gonna just
shoot.
chop your
They
shit up.
stab in Japan.
Yeah, real shit, real talk. I fuck with it. I fuck with Japan for that. Yeah,
All right,
old
Even
fashioned
Whitaker.
way.
America
This
still
shit
have.
is.
Whitaker, you got any? Hey,
Yeah. So
Whitaker, got anything to say about this?
when my kids were little, and I'm talking between 7 and 9 years old, I took them all out, even the ones who didn't really want anything to do with guns, and we went shooting. Every one of them shot the gun so that they would all know this is what a gun does. This is what it feels like. It's loud. It is scary. That's why we don't touch them, but you're going to know how to shoot it. If for nothing else,
Absolutely.
just so you know what it's all about. And so that you're
Agreed.
not necessarily scared if you see a gun. You shouldn't be just scared, but you should know what it is and what it can do. And some of my kids love to shoot. Others, that was the only time they ever shot. And that's cool, but at least they
Yeah,
understand it. So I agree with the upbringing part. It's super important. If you're going to have guns in the house, everybody needs to be around it while it's firing so they know what it's all about.
Absolutely,
At least
100%
once
agree
in
with
their
that.
life.
At least once, just like you said, give them a proper understanding of like, this is what it does. If you ever in trouble, this is what you should do. You should
Right.
never point it at somebody unless you intend to harm them
We went
or
through all the
protect
rules.
yourself. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Trigger
yeah.
finger.
So
Never put the trigger finger on the trigger.
yeah, oh yeah, indexing is important, guys. Index all the time.
Index.
All
You know
right.
that. All right.
Next
Yeah.
topic.
Okay, guys. So Florida's proposed House Bill 616, aka Don't Say Gay Bill, and
Don't you say that.
critical race theory will ban grade school of the teachings of sexual orientation or gender identity and teachings that are considered racially divisive. What are your thoughts about the Don't Say Gay Bill? Whitaker.
I think that you shouldn't say gay. It's so offensive. It is
Whitaker,
so
hey,
you should
Whitaker
not.
first.
So, first of all, the LGBTQ XYZ squared group would have
LMNOP.
would have you believe that this is banning schools altogether from ever discussing any of this. But I'll tell you right now, I
Yeah.
don't want some male, second grade teacher talking to my second grade daughter about gender or sex or anything else having to do with any of that. This is kindergarten through third grade. That's it. It's not all the way through the whole thing. Just kindergarten through third grade. I think that's super reasonable, but you will not hear the media talking about that age range. They only talk about it as the Don't Say Gay bill, and they put it out there like it's school-wide proposition, right? But that's not even the whole truth. So That's the frustrating part with me on that one.
Smith, aka one of them.
I think it's cool to have it in place. Do I think they're gonna abide by it? Fuck no. The simple fact that they have an agenda. Like the LGBTs, like it's the strongest organization. It's like it's next to the KKK. I'll be 100. They like hand in hand, bro. Because like if you say something that they don't like, they're coming for you, bro. But all in all, I think it's a cool idea to not teach kids shit because hi kids, it's not okay to teach kids this shit for the simple fact of like that's not your job. Like your job is to teach them like the regular school shit, right? Regular school shit, right?
Right.
Where is it that you think is important for you to teach kids about sexuality? Like that's kind of drawing a line. It's opening a lot of other doors too. Because if you're comfortable with telling me what gender you are, what else are you comfortable to do and show me? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of it's opened a lot of doors for the wrong reasons, you know.
El Chino.
Make it a class, man. If everybody's in my opinion, it's kind of like college. You take what you want to take. If I'm a parent, I feel that my kids should learn it. Go ahead, let them take that class. Let them learn, but with a parent's permission. But like Whitaker says, it all depends on the age group. What age group? I didn't look at the bills, but what did the bill say? Like, is this through middle school, high school, kindergarten, preschool? That's too young. That's too young. At least through middle school and high school. If I as a parent or feel that my kid needs to take that class, or my kid is mentally able to accept or understand what is LGBTQ, 160 of them, whatever they want, all of them, let them do it. It's like in school, you can learn another language. What do you want to learn? Spanish, German, French, Italian, Chinese. What do you want to learn? You pick. So if you want to learn it, learn it. It's like same thing with
okay, who gives the option? I didn't cut you off.
Gun control. You want to
That
shoot
doesn't
gives
fit the agenda. That doesn't fit the agenda to give them an option because they don't want it to be optional. They want you to they want to shove it down your throat so that so they can start making you think that everything like that's okay, regardless of how you feel about it any other way. That stuff is pretty.
And that's the biggest thing. It's like you didn't okay it with the fucking parents. You just thought like, okay, we're gonna do this. You didn't. Oh,
it's like
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Hey,
that's a parental job. That's not
a exactly
class or Mormon class. No, make that an option. You want to go to religious class, go. But I don't believe that you should force it down. Yes, you should have English, math, science, history. Even
regular
history
curriculum
itself is still debatable. What kind of history are you teaching?
History is hella debatable. That's another topic for another day, though. Hella debatable. Okay.
Okay, so let's leave history out. But the United States children are so far behind the rest of the world in basic math, basic reading, basic English skills. That's what schools are for. We don't have time anymore for them to be teaching this crap. They need to be teaching the basics so that these kids are halfway intelligent, not just all worried about their gender. Who cares?
It's the same thing. Like American education. I mean, for me, I've been through other school system. I've been through other education. This American school system, they focus on other things rather than the basic. Oh,
essential.
Asians learn how to do math. No, they just shoved it down our throat to make sure we learn math. They make sure we know how to do certain things before we get to a certain age. In America, education, they're focused on other things.
They're focused on other things and passing tests. Passing tests.
They're real big on that too.
Three main things. Did they teach you about tax? Did they teach you about mortgage? No. They teach you how to credit score. No. Those are
they teach you how to be an American.
We need in life.
No. They teach you how to teach you how to be a slave, how to be a yes man, how to be a part of a fucking of a machine. That's it. You're another number.
They teach you how to be a racist.
Yep, absolutely. No, your parents teach you how to be a racist. That's different.
But the school system pushes it even further.
That's true. In certain aspects.
Yeah,
We're not going to get on this again. Okay, we're going to leave. That's another topic for another day
all right,
because
but
that's a deep one.
we only got a minute and a
I
half
agree
left.
with you.
We got a minute and a half, but I got to tell you, I got to voice my opinion. So, all right, yeah, I agree with all of y'all points, because
But
yeah, I mean, it's up. No. I listen. I'm with the bill, but I'm halfway with the bill. I'm with the bill as far as not teaching. With the kids, they don't need to learn about identity, gender. Cut it out. Stop that. Allow them to figure that out on their own. And then, to me, I think you should be at a certain age. You should be grown whether you make decisions like that, because you're introducing sexuality. Sexuality should be decided when you're an adult, not when you're a freaking kid. Okay, another thing, critical race theory. I think critical race theory, it needs to be part of the curriculum, not just for Black people, but for all races, because this country, as we know, the origin of it or whatever, different immigrants came in and made something special. And people should know about different heritages. People should know about Mexican American heritage. People should know about Asian American heritage, obviously African American heritage, and of course, the white heritage. You know what I'm saying? We should know all of them and get a good education on all of them, including in schools that don't really have a whole lot of diversity, like somewhere in the Midwest or something. It should all be taught because that's part of our history. So that's what I got to say about that.
True.
I think we're going to have a whole topic on critical race theory, so we can knock that one out.
But this segment is leading on to the next one, right? So just because we're on this topic, we're going to continue on with mine as far as, so are you guys aware that is it Florida and what other state is that? Florida and Texas.
Yes.
They passed a bill to where they're not teaching it in school, and certain states ban flight travels to go to those states because their outlook on that bill. What do you guys think about that?
Oh, with the bill we just talked about?
Yeah. So
okay.
With banning the flights, or with critical race in general?
Well, no, with the teaching the sexuality shit in school, like they banned that shit from happening in Florida and Texas.
Right.
So with them banning it and not, doing a curriculum in there, California, I think it was California, if I'm not mistaken, they shut down all flights going to these two states, like in response to them accepting to not do it yet.
I did not hear that, but that's their choice.
That's their right.
You don't have to fly a plane to get to Texas. You can drive a car. You can take a bus. You can take a train. If you want to get there, I can't imagine every airline is going to follow that. They just can't.
Absolutely.
No way.
Especially Florida. Like, how much, how many people who travel to Florida, like it's spring break, summertime on the edge of it. Everybody's trying to go to where the weather's nice and the beaches are beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no way they can enforce that. They can't tell a business you can't fly your plane to Texas or Florida. That'll never fly.
But that goes.
I'm gonna have to look that one up though.
Yeah, that goes to show like how serious they want you. They want you to okay this shit. Like, no, like certain people are not okay with it. And like, again, like they want to push the agenda. They're willing to do anything to make you guys look at it our way versus your way.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's not about choice. Not really. They want to make it sound like it's all about choice, but they're not. They're forcing it down.
Let's take. We got under 6 minutes to kind of touch on critical race theory. All right. So, I guess some people are opposing it. Like I read that people feel that it's racially divisive. My thing on that is we're already pretty much divided. Segregation worked. It was
absolutely
extremely effective. It was able to separate a lot of us, and then it wasn't segregation wasn't just in the South, and it wasn't that long ago. We live in the Vegas area, and there was segregation in Vegas. There was segregation on the Strip. We all know about the entertainers and black entertainers and what they had to go through, like Sammy Davis Jr.
You couldn't
Dorothy
you couldn't go here.
He
couldn't perform here,
he
buddy.
couldn't go inside the hotel.
No.
Certain Arizona hotels with the other backpack
Fuck
members.
no.
Dorothy Dandridge couldn't even get in the pool. She stuck her foot in the pool, and she got, they emptied the pool. She got banned and all that or whatever. And they made a big fuss about her sticking her
Miss
foot in the pool.
I think Miss America. There was that incident. I think Miss America that was running for the passenger. She was black, and she went to one of the pool to take a photo shoot, and she put her feet in the water. They drained the whole casino pool.
It's tainted.
I forgot what story. I forgot what. Miss America. Miss America. Representing America in Vegas.
It's tainted. We can't have that are people in that water. What do you mean? It's disrespectful. Get this lady out of here.
Yeah, but anyway, she's a Miss America.
So
yeah.
I think from what I heard, Germany, they like to teach their history. They don't hold anything back, with the history of for their students about, the Nazis. They're not too shy to talk about that. They're like, it's the truth. They felt that's like a dark part of their history, and it is what it is, but they'll still teach it and tell the truth about it. And I think that it's good for America to do that, because we have to get over this.
I respect that. I respect that to 100%.
Okay, listen. Critical race theory is so much more than just a history lesson. It's way more than a history lesson. If it were just a history lesson, I would be all for it, because I think we should know all the history of that. There were a lot of bad things that happened, but here's the problem. The problem is that at the bottom line of critical race theory is that white people are bad and all they do is oppress.
Absolutely.
That is not reasonable or fair.
It's not. How is it not fair?
No.
Like this is the funny thing. This is the funny thing about
people. Why should I feel bad about what people? I mean, I feel like it's wrong what happened, right? But I don't feel like I had anything to do with that now. But what it's going to do is it's going to further.
I mean, you personally per se didn't, but your ancestors probably did. So that kind of makes you a part of the problem. I'm just saying.
But your ancestors could have also been part of African tribes that enslaved people as well. You don't know. I don't know.
That's and that's the thing, because everybody thinks, most people think
the Egyptians had millions of slaves. Millions.
Actually, the Egyptians, they were not slaves. They were actually workers. They found bones.
But look, it's too deep for him, El Chino.
At the end of the day,
no, you can't say that, El Chino. History put it in a book, said that they had slaves, so they did, El Chino. You can't say that, because
race has slaves.
Exactly.
Not one
absolutely.
That did not have slaves.
That's my point. That's exactly my point. There's
nobody
who
has
slavery.
Where does history always start at, guys?
Every race had a dictator. Name a race that did not have a dictator or a leader that basically
genocide.
Yes, exactly. Name
the race that still do it to this day. Name the race that still do it to this day.
Kareem,
North Korea. How about North Korea?
That's funny.
Korea.
Yeah.
I don't know about South
Africa.
There's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of stan countries that do it still.
The United States.
Yeah. There you go. I was just waiting for somebody to say it, the US of A. Like, you feel me? They oppress everyone. They've been oppressing everyone for centuries now. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if we want to shoot you away from that shit, then let's shoot you away from it, because let's be real. White America. White America doesn't want to deal with this shit. If we had a White History Month and showed you how fucked up shit was and what the shit that they did, then everyone would be all fucked up, right? Nobody want to talk about that shit. White America doesn't want to talk about that shit. Let's just be real. Like, let's have a White History Month. You feel me? Let's do it. Let's talk about all the fucked up shit they did. You want to know why? It's because they want to keep an image. They want to keep an image of a superior. Let's just be real.
It would be all about Europe, and it wouldn't be about slavery anymore.
It wouldn't be the real shit. Yeah, it wouldn't be about the real shit. No, it wouldn't be about the cannibalism the interracial, the inner enslavement, all that shit. It's
All
so
right,
much shit that
all
can be
right.
touched on about that topic. Fuck that buzzer. It's so much shit that could be talked about that topic that white America doesn't want to talk about. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. They don't want to talk about
All
this shit.
right.
They want to talk about how great leaders they were and
I
all
feel you,
that
brother.
bullshit. Like
We gotta get on to the next
they
one,
did
though.
bullshit too.
We gotta get on to
Yeah,
the
let's
next
get
one,
on to the
bro.
next one.
Next one.
All right. All right. Some consider this year Lakers squad as the worst team ever. The Lakers currently have a 31-41 season standing and have been eliminated from playoff eligibility, despite having 5 future Hall of Famers. I ask you guys, what should be the blame? Who should be the blame for the Lakers' bad year this season? Let's start with El Chino.
The whole team and the coach.
Blame the coach.
That's
The
an
coach,
easy
at the
one.
end of the day, he's the one that put 5 Hall of Famers together. If you give that team to Phil Jackson, do you think the Lakers will be in the same position? Yes or no? No. Because
I don't
Phil
think so.
Jackson managed these
Yeah.
players. They beginning of the year, they said that they're gonna limit LeBron James' time playing. They're gonna limit his time. Guess what? He's up to what? Same thing, 40 minutes a game. No. Phil Jackson don't care. He time managed. Motivation. There's no motivation on the team. You got 2 players on the bench. Where's the rest of the 2? You got Revis and none. That's it. Where's the rest? You got Hall of Famer. You got Carmelo Anthony. You got Westbrook. You got AD. You got LeBron. But do they play well together? End of the day, no. Do you put the right roster on there? Laker had one of the most different starting roster this year. Why is that?
Mm-hmm.
The coach can't figure it out.
Well, he keeps trying to change things, but nothing's changed.
Yeah, but you have 82 games to figure it out. You have 82 plus.
You got 100 games to figure this shit out.
Right.
And you still haven't got it yet. Yeah,
and
agree.
even last year, or even the year before. Yeah, the year before, Laker won everything. But
yeah. Doesn't that count for something, though?
You're the coach. Figure it out. You got assistant coach.
Sure.
You got scouting. Figure it out. You got special advisor.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Why isn't it work? LeBron, I know you're.
It's just an off season, you know. It's one of those. It's an off season, you know. But if all else fails, give LeBron the ball. Like it's the coach's fault and the team players. Give LeBron the ball. What are you guys doing? Pass him the ball. You guys want to win? Get the ball to LeBron.
It seems like a simple plan, doesn't it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do
it. I think LeBron.
It's like Mike Tyson said. Everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth.
Right.
True. But that's different because he was hitting people in the mouth, literally.
Right,
so that's
that's
different.
All right.
That's funny.
Well, okay, so a lot of people want to blame LeBron. People say that LeBron is GM, and I picked up a little trend here where if things is going wrong, you blame LeBron. If things are going wrong, you kind of don't blame LeBron,
It's
and
the
you
team.
kind of give other people
It's the
credit.
team. Yeah, we did that.
Give,
Yeah, we did
credit,
that.
give the coach credit. But when things are going, oh, it's LeBron's fault. LeBron's the GM. LeBron's the coach, and all this, whatever. LeBron is not no damn GM. He's not no damn coach. He's only a damn player. And the only thing he can provide is influence. And, it's a trip because never use this as an example. Like a woman who's in an abusive relationship, and she keeps going back to the guy. She keeps getting pounded by the guy. She keeps going back to the guy. And then people start to think like, you know what, it's the woman's fault because you keep going back to the guy. So it's your fault. But and it is like, and then people kind of sympathize with the guy pounding her. No, it's the damn guy's fault. He keeps beating her. He's mentally abusing her, and he's the one who's committing all of this. I kind of look at it like that from a perspective of the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like you got an influencer, and then you got a person that's You know,
That's a little rough, bro. That's a little
So-
rough comparison.
That's a
I know.
little man, because
That's a
you're
crazy
playing
analogy.
back
I
and
know.
forth.
I couldn't come up with a better analogy than that.
There's
Hey,
All I'm hearing is
hey,
that the Lakers.
I mean, you can't take a battered woman's fucking. You can't do that, bro.
All right,
Like you can't do
hey,
that.
you can't do that, man.
I'm just saying. I just want you to understand. I just want you to understand who's committing and who's making the actual moves, and then who's
Yeah.
influencing. Yeah, all right. LeBron is an influencer, but he's not making the moves. He's not signing the checks. He's not actually making the moves. The GM is making those moves. Okay, I'm just tired of hearing people
Mhm.
blame LeBron for everything. It's annoying, and because people got personal issues with LeBron. I
So
think a lot
LeBron
of it is
is the
because of racism.
battered
That's a whole
woman?
different thing. But anyway,
Yeah, LeBron is the better
No,
woman,
no.
or LeBron is the abuser. He's the abuser. Yeah.
yeah,
the abuser.
LeBron is the battered
But-
woman, and he's being abused, and
Yeah.
you know, and the people
But all in
that's
all,
are the people.
everybody needs somebody to blame when shit's going wrong, and that's just
Right.
in every aspect of life. When shit's going wrong, somebody needs somebody to blame.
They need a
And
fall
for
guy.
now, if we're
yeah.
losing, it's LeBron's fault. If we're winning, fuck, we some winners, hell yeah. But when when they don't get
Yeah.
that W, they turn into battered women. So, but advise we don't condone domestic violence, guys. We don't condone that shit at all. Don't condone it. Sorry, you have to put that out
You know,
there.
so yeah,
because we kind of
I
went in
agree.
strong. So yeah.
I agree with Liang, aka El Chino, man. You know, yeah, it's mainly on the coach,
Chino.
and I'll put a little bit on the GM because Westbrook wasn't a good fit. But if you look at their numbers, they got good numbers. It sounds to me like the coach Vogel wasn't really managing the players right, and he wasn't managing rotations. He didn't really have a consistent starting lineup. I didn't like the sets he was running. Westbrook wasn't
What was
Westbrook.
the
Like he
scheme?
couldn't play
There's
do
no
the sets
scheme
that
in the game.
Westbrook really.
What was Westbrook in there? You got Phil
He's
Jackson.
running some kind of
triangle.
looks like some kind of
Phil Jackson, triangle,
Princeton
triangle offense.
looking set that he liked to run. That whole 2-man game and then the little backdoor crap, whatever. Like, no, that shit is not working. You know, you got to be able to mix it up. You know, and then he's not running high.
Yeah,
low.
try something else, buddy.
He's not putting AD in the paint enough. AD too many jump shots. You know, the defense sucked. It seemed like the team was a little bit better. The strategy was better when Jason Kidd was assistant coach. That's probably who should have been the head coach instead of Vogel, honestly. And you see Jason Kidd is over there with the Mavericks, and they're doing pretty good. And all they got literally is Luka and some good role players.
So we're
gonna
not
be
going to
in
blame the
playoffs.
team for not
So-
blending well, or the team for not playing well as a unit. We're not going to blame that either. Like that has nothing to do with anything. I'm just curious.
A lot of that
No,
has to do
blame
with
the
coaching,
team
man.
too. The team.
You got to be
Okay,
able to blend
so
in the mesh. You got to have
either LeBron's
guys.
gonna make you better, or LeBron's not gonna make you better. Same thing. Like when you, that's the debate we had last time. Would you rather have Jordan, Kobe, or LeBron? Pick your choice. Pick your choice. LeBron.
You know what's going to be
Kobe,
like. That's
or
a
Jordan.
no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. But
Exactly.
it seems like we're blaming. That's like at work. We blame management for everything, but at the end of the day, management is up there. They kind of don't know the inner workings of what the fuck we do, but we still blame them. So is it us as a team, or is it the management, right?
I mean, at the end of the day, management has a whole lot to do with that. So, all right, on to the next one, guys. A study claims that baby boomers are more easily offended than millennials, believe it or not. But that's just a study. Okay, I ask you guys, have Americans gotten too sensitive?
I got a quick question before we
Whitaker,
get
go
into
ahead,
that,
man.
right?
Go ahead, Smith.
Yeah.
What's a baby boomer? Like
Baby boomer.
give me the
is
years for this
That's
shit.
what?
To 1964.
Okay. And the millennials are
Right.
it us, or is it the ones after us? Because we're
What are
It's
millennials?
kinda-
Ones after us. Well, I think millennial is 90s.
after
Kids
us,
born in
right?
90s, I think.
well, I'm offended already when you said that shit.
Did you-
Pause. After
Did you?
we talking about 95.
Well, you're not a baby boomer. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
a millennial, because I was born in the 80s. I don't think I'm a millennial, but I don't know. El Chino, you
Yeah,
looked that up?
okay.
Millennial is 81, 96.
Damn, so that's you too.
Oh shit.
Got to be you.
That's not me.
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
in
I didn't
there.
know I was a millennial. Okay.
He said, "No, I'm a
Okay.
boomer."
You're probably Generation X. What it, yeah. You know,
Okay.
Ricker's not a baby
Well,
boomer.
go ahead,
He's
shoot it
Generation
off.
X, I think. All right, yeah, I want to hear what
Who's
got
Gen
said
X?
first.
Whitaker not Gen? Isn't
I'm
Gen
Gen
X this
X.
new shit?
I was
You-
born in 1970.
I told you.
Gen X,
Yeah.
97 to 2012.
See how? What the? What are you?
What? Generation X?
Okay,
No, that's not
No.
right.
that's what I'm
Yeah, I
saying,
don't know what
bro.
that is.
Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Gen X
doesn't
is
make sense.
65
However-
to 80. Gen X
Okay.
is
65,
65
yeah.
to 80.
That sounds about right.
So I'm Gen X.
Around the baby boom. Okay. Yeah. All right. So.
Okay, so
All right. Check this out. All right.
But
Y'all
at
ain't
the
saying
end of the
nothing.
day,
So
yeah, I think
I think
a lot of people in the United States are way too sensitive. Get over yourselves.
okay. Okay.
True.
Well, I think first of all, social media, man. Social media is exposing a whole lot. People, it's so easy to access information. People's business is out there. And then also, you know, I'm really into the cliche thing, and I'm tired of these cliches, and people go off of them all the time. I talked about that in the first episode. It's pretty much where I'm going at is people typically say, "Oh, I don't care what others have to say about me." To me, that's bullshit. It depends on who it is. If it's someone who you care about and you love, you do care about what they say about you. Someone who has an important role in your life, like your boss, yeah, you're going to care what they say about you. It's kind of important of what they say about you because you might get fired, you might lose your damn job. So, you know, it depends on who it is. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes people you may not know, but they might tell the truth about you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or it might even be a kid, whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? So, what I'm getting at is that it gets really overly exposed these days. That's just like with these athletes. Like going back to LeBron, people say that LeBron is soft. And, but, and then I hate to put these players against each other because I'm just making an example. But with Jordan, people say, oh, Jordan's this tough guy and he played ball in the 80s. But he got punked by the damn Pistons. You got Dennis Rodman, who, especially at that point, he didn't know what orientation he wanted to be. But you got this guy, one of the guys bitching and punking you. You know what I'm saying, on the basketball court. But anyway, the Pistons were dirty. They
He was a tough guy. All those fucking drugs. I'll be down to fight him too. What do you mean? Fuck. Oh yeah, I'm running from him. He doing coke and meth in the same bowl. I'm afraid of him. Okay.
So yeah, Rodman was very confused, and Rodman was the type that he would try to frustrate you and get the refs on your side and try to play this little mind game. Mm-hmm. It wasn't necessarily like, oh, he's playing tough on you. But you see, we need to really examine and see what's going on. But we couldn't really do that because social media didn't have a fucking eyeball camera on them 24/7. You know, say we know what they say, we know what they do, and it's normally the basketball athletes or the football athletes for some strange reason. But you know, we just know exactly what the hell they're doing. And all. Yeah, I mean, it can break you. You know, like with the Will Smith situation. You know, what that whole deal, man. It's like, how much can a brother take? You know what I'm saying? People talking about him and his wife all the time on social media, the memes and all that.
Yeah.
That shit gets to you. It fucks with you psychologically. So I just think that people say, oh, you soft or whatever. It's like, no, it's just that things are being more exposed nowadays. Now, back then, you know, it had to be like a book or article or whatever to tell you about what was going on back in those days. And now that everybody had access to it, and not people follow the paper or really watch the news like that or whatever, you know, and it wasn't really in that. It wasn't everywhere. It's not on your phone. So that's what I.
But I mean, it's. I agree to a certain extent. Chino, while I'm talking, look this up. How many kid suicides was it? Let's say in the 80s versus to nowadays. You feel me? Look up the stats on that. But as far as getting soft, I think we were. This generation is raised differently, right? Like they don't know how to. Let's just say we were. Our parents were a little tough on us when coming up, right? So there was nothing that this world could do to say to us, to harm us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're only mentally strong. We're built strong. Like my mom told me, "Fuck me. I ain't gonna be shit." All right, so you can't tell me, "Fuck me." It doesn't mean shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a bad analogy, but just look at it from that instance, bro. Like we went through a whole bunch of shit as kids back in the day. that these kids don't know nothing about because everything, like you said, it's a microscope on them every time, and they try to look cool. And when looking cool fails, boom, I'm off myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky. But soft, fuck yeah, hella soft. This
I also
generation,
think
hella
that
soft.
I think that the instant gratification factor is so much higher now that
Bingo.
people, well, young people especially, feel more entitled to instant gratifications than to working hard, earning it, and putting in the time, the sweat, and the tears to get what you want. So when they can't get
Yeah.
what they want quick and they see it's going to be a long, tough battle, they're not ready for a long, tough battle because nobody gave them a long, tough battle growing up.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Well, I think now we looking at the generations. I think we need more Generation X leaders. I think we need a little bit more older millennial. I didn't know I was a millennial. Okay. More leaders, whatever. All these baby boomers is still running.
This is actually really interesting.
Around the country, and I need to
This is
change
actually
too. I think.
from the
What's up, man?
Department of Health and Human Services. It goes from 91 to 2017.
Mm-hmm.
It has a chart. So if you see the chart, actually that's interesting.
It
There's
goes
more
down.
kids that thought, okay, in 1991, there's 29% of suicide attempt require medical attention. 2017 is 17%. And in 91, I'm just comparing 91 to 2017. There is 7% attempted suicide versus now 2017 the same. Suicide attempts requiring medical attention in 91 was 1.7. 2017 is 2.4. So the overall stat is in 1991, there are more kids thought about suicide than now. I'm actually like back to the stat. You think kids are soft now, but more kids thought about suicide in the past than now.
Thought about a thought and actually executing.
Executing
like
is almost
two
the
different
same
things.
number. Executing is
Same
almost
number?
the same.
I guess like we said, social media puts a microscope on certain things to where we're more aware of it now because again, it may look like the kids are weaker or the generation is weaker, but all in all, it's just like we see it now. You know, so are they weaker? Or are we just more aware? You know, so you gotta kind of look at it from that aspect too. Like they're not weaker because they can't deal with certain aspects of life. You feel what I'm saying? We just didn't know that they couldn't deal with it until now.
They weren't aware of it. It's like the Will Smith movie, concussion. They didn't know about it until that character, the doctor, put it in NFL that these players are suffering concussions. Same as some of the guys that are in the news because they suffer concussion throughout their football year that they did what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Junior Seau. Look at him. That's a prime example. I actually met the guy. Junior Seau, he was very nice, very calm, and it's a gentle giant. But inside his brain was a mess. So it's the same, like Smith would say. I completely agree. Can we call him soft? Not really. Are we more aware of the situation issue?
Absolutely.
Yes, because of the technology. In the past, they didn't see it as they just shoved it. No, we're not going to talk about it. We're not because it doesn't exist. Just because you put it on the side doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
And you just you just brush it under the rug versus to dealing with it head on.
Brush it under the rug. It's not, like you get
the rug is no longer now, and we have to deal with that head on. It's something you can't shoo away. It's something you can't say, I'll just go outside and play or forget about it. It's like, no, we have to deal with certain things or it's going to be bad for everybody.
It's like the same right now. It's like in the 90s, I remember saying, okay, baby boomers or millennials, we would ride our bike everywhere. I ride my bike everywhere when I growing up. I go from A to Z.
Outside for real.
Or
how many kids have you seen on a bicycle right now? Because we're afraid of predators. You know, when we're in the 90s, they still exist.
Well, I think capitalism has a lot to do with that too.
Kids used to get kidnapped, like for real. Like like kid, like it'll be like where I was born at, where I was raised at. It was a van that came out, and everybody knew like this van is kidnapping people. So you see
No
this
windows.
van, like stay away,
Yeah.
like no real shit. And it's like now, like people wasn't paying attention back then. That shit was happening. You feel me? But now everybody is aware now because oh well, this kid was missing, this kid's missing, this
The
person
Amber
missing.
Alert
Like
on
oh,
your
sex
phone.
trafficking is real. Yeah, it's like okay, this shit been real. Like y'all just
Yeah.
shoot this shit away. So it's like ain't no
Yeah.
more shoe showing. Let's deal with this shit. Fucking Disney.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did you? Am I the only
All right.
one that Disney? All those fucking people. What the fuck? That was a part of that trafficking shit. Oh my god, shit's crazy.
What happened?
Disneyland's not fucking safe. You didn't know that
Well,
Disneyland
okay,
got caught
refresh
with
my
some
brain.
fucking
Refresh my brain.
Disneyland. They had like I don't know if it was like 100 some people who was a part of some trafficking shit. You guys y'all don't watch the news, read the paper. Oh my god, some conservatives
I
you are.
didn't.
Huh.
I don't know nothing about that. Of course, I
Yeah,
don't know
Disney
nothing
was a
about
part
that.
of. Chino, could you do the honors, please? Make these guys more aware. This was like I don't know, it was like a week or two ago or some shit like that. Yeah, but Disneyland they got caught with the scandal from trafficking shit. It was like a lot of employees that was part of
Trafficking.
that shit. Yeah,
What the hell?
yeah.
Oh yeah, Disney employee and former judge among 108. Oh, it's Disney. It's like a math. It's not. It's just a one person. 4 Disney employees were arrested in a mass undercover operation targeting human trafficking. It's 4 of them.
Look, think about it. It was 4 that was caught. How many of them were really
Yeah, but
involved?
it's the same. Within it, there was a judge. It's like saying when they do the Jane Doe, how many people get how many diverse people? They're just targeting because 108 people got caught, and 4 of them with Disney. It's like saying, oh, it's like saying the Patriot owner, he got caught in a sting operation. He went to a massage parlor.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So the
Remember
whole
that?
Patriot organization must be bad, right?
Yeah, so you're saying Patriots are bad
I
now?
think get rid of Disney. Fuck it. Those 4 bad apples sucked up the whole tree. Get rid of
Get rid of the
Shut Disney
Patriots
down.
then.
Disney.
just shut get rid
down.
fuck it. Get rid of Patriots too. Fuck them. We don't need them. Like you got to think about it though. Look at it like this. 4 of them got caught, bro. 4 got caught. Just imagine. Only 4 got caught. Imagine how many people were actually involved.
They just
You
happened
feel me?
to be
Like just
Disney employees. It didn't say they were working at Disneyland kidnapping kids.
okay, so look, prime example. I know this kid. Like, look at it like this. Like, you think predators don't prey on certain people? You don't think that at all? Predators prey on certain people. Yeah.
Everybody
So
gets-
if I see
Everybody is,
yeah.
it's a target. And
everybody's
there's not
it don't
one-
matter who you are.
You are a target for somebody. You are a target.
Mhm.
It's like the genre. There is not one genre that can't be touched because this like the quote, every stroke different folk. Everybody wants something different. So you can't say one it's untouchable.
It's all of them.
Everybody.
Get rid of everybody. Everybody. It's time to redo everything, right? Shut them
All right.
down.
Shut
All
it
right.
down.
So we
Shut
got
them
any
down.
closing remarks?
Disney.
We ain't any closing
I
remarks,
do.
guys.
Disney is not a place for kids. Okay.
Oh, but that's very fun. Six Flags, SeaWorld.
I mean,
And you
They
think
go
about
in.
this shit though. Real talk. Look, Disney has so many kids from those shows that were uncomfortable around certain people. Just let's say the Disney production, as far as for TV shows and shit like that. How many uncomfortable kids or kids that was fucked up coming from Disney and why? You think about that shit, and this shit trickles on down the line. So it could be a coincidence. They just worked there. Or some shit going on in Disney. I'm just saying.
How about Barry
so we got-
Weinstein?
It's
How about
because
him?
in general, child stars have problems. In general, when they
But
rise to fame,
Disney has
Hey,
produced
I
a
think that's something.
Chino.
Disney
I
just
need to-
happens to have a lot more child stars. But in general,
Chino,
you
dude,
like
pull
to
up the
get
numbers,
child
Chino.
stars through the history.
Who's fucked up worse, Disney or Nickelodeon? Chino, run me the numbers. Just saying.
Shut them all down.
Shut them down. Fuck it.
No more kid stars.
man.
Period. You gotta be 18
no more.
to be an actor. 18 to be
Real
an actor
shit.
or an actress
Yeah.
from now on.
Yeah, we got to start putting
Hey,
numbers
man.
on shit. Since they want to control guns, we have to control age limits. You feel me?
All right, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah, we do.
All right, safe sex is the best sex.
Right.
If you can't come in here, come
I'm
on.
waiting on El Chino, but yeah, we got it.
Huh?
That was the closing remarks,
All
bro.
right.
I just gave it
All
to
right,
you.
well,
If you can't come in here, come on here.
all right, y'all. Well, all right, this is Line of Thought, y'all. Hey, subscribe on YouTube. And we're on Amazon Music. We should be on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. Check us out, y'all. Line of Thought.
Line of thought.